Hello, and welcome to Stan Twitter and podcast form. You're listening to The Biased Critic. I'm your host, Alexa, and welcome to a brand new installment of everyone's favorite nerd show. I don't know. That was new. Hi y'all, welcome back. I'm so excited to be back. I was gone last week because I was on vacation, so I didn't have a day off to record, and then I went on vacation. So yeah. But I'm back. Oh, and then I got sick while on vacation, so that was fun. Also, I am instead of having a beverage tonight while I record, I am having some fruit cocktail. Because why not? You know, I can do that. It's the same thing, right? It's got juice in it. That's gross. Anyways, so yeah, that's why I was gone last week. I thought I was gonna have time to record a podcast episode before I went on vacation, but ended up not. So I apologize for abandoning you for a week. I know, we have kind of some abandonment issues in our relationship, so I apologize for that. Anyways, I have a topic I want to talk about today, actually. I know that's kind of a surprising thing for me to actually have an idea when I sit down to do this, but I do. So I guess I'm improving my podcasting skills a little bit here. But before I get to the topic I want to talk about, I wanted to touch on a little bit of news. So I don't remember if in the last episode 2 weeks ago, if it was mentioned or not, but Red, Taylor's version, is coming out a week earlier, so November 13th or 12th. I'm so terrible, I don't remember. 12th or November 12th or 13th. I want to say 12th. That sounds right? I'm looking. What else is going on? Apparently, Ed Sheeran and Elton John are gonna do a Christmas song this year, supposedly. So that's cool. November 12th. I was right. Yes, it comes out November 12th. Anyways, so what else is going on? Oh, today, as of this recording, so I guess it will have been yesterday because I'm a little behind this week. So this week, I guess we'll just say this week, is Fall Out Boy's 20th anniversary of being a band, which is crazy. Love that. I think it's so crazy that they've been around for 20 years. I don't know why, because I'm about to be 22. My birthday's in a couple days. But that makes me feel really old. But anyways, the last piece of news that I want to get to is, so Friday, the videos for Mine and The Best Day were deleted off of Taylor's YouTube channel, and then re-uploaded, and everybody was like trying to figure out why. And I'm sure by now people have already figured this out, but if you aren't aware, that is just a cash grab from her old label and He Who Shall Not Be Named. That is just a way for him to get money and get views and mooch off of Taylor as much as they still can. So don't watch it. Don't watch them. It obviously loses views from her YouTube channel, but at the end of the day, that's not super valuable to her, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, if you like, for example, if you use YouTube for your primary music streaming platform, there are plenty of people who have uploaded lyric videos for, obviously, if you're gonna, like, The Best Day, she's re-recorded that, so just listen to the re-recorded version, obviously. But for mine, there are plenty of lyric videos out there and stuff if you're gonna use YouTube as your primary streaming source. So just use that instead of using the music videos. I know it sucks because you want to watch the music videos. I enjoy watching the music videos too, but that's just a way for He Who Shall Not Be Named on this show to get money off of Taylor's music. But speaking of music videos, that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about my favorite music videos. So I guess we should start. I'm just going to kind of make a list, talk about why I like them a little bit. I think I'm going to do 3 to 5 for different artists in no particular order. I think I'm going to do Taylor, Fall Out Boy. I think I'm going to do 21 Pilots. You know what? I'm just going to think of what comes to my head when I think about my favorite music videos. So this isn't my favorite music videos from all my favorite artists. This is just my favorite music videos. Let's just say that. Yeah? I've just decided just now to do it that way instead. So, I'm going to start off with the obvious. One of my favorite music videos is Everything Is Changed by Taylor Swift featuring Ed Sheeran. Obviously, I love that song. It's probably one of my favorite songs of, like, ever, because it just features 2 of my absolute favorite singers in the entire universe. But it is such an adorable video. If you've never seen it, you're missing out because it's adorable. It's just it's a Taylor lookalike and a Ed lookalike. They're probably about 4th grade aged kids, and it's just about 2 little kids who have crushes on each other. And then at the end of the video, Taylor is the mom of the Taylor girl lookalike, and Ed is the dad of the Ed little kid lookalike. I don't know what I'm saying. Their lookalikes end up being their offspring at the end of the video, and it's just really cute. But it's, like, such a cute video, and it's very, like, feels very nostalgic, just because it's, like, you know, they're playing on the playground, and they're drawing pictures for each other, just stuff like that just feels very nostalgic. Super cute video. Right off the top of my head, the next video that comes to mind is The Takeover, The Break's Over by Fall Out Boy. That's always been one of my favorite Fall Out Boy videos. I don't really know why. I like that it's in black and white. I think that they did that. Like, I think that's a really, like, interesting, like, artistic choice. But I just really love that video. Like, I don't know. Like, that was really I think for Fall Out Boy, Infinity on High is really when they really started getting heavily criticized for changing their sound with every album. And I think that, well, obviously that video really highlights that criticism that they were getting and just kind of pokes fun at it. And it's just a fun video. Yeah, I really enjoy that. I love that video, and I just love that song too, so that helps. Another Fall Out Boy video is America's Sweethearts. I love the visuals for that. I think the costuming is fantastic, and I like it's a circusy, like, carousel thing going on. I don't know, it's like super weird and campy, but it absolutely perfectly fits the song. And like, for what reason, you know? Okay, what else? Ooh, here's another Taylor Swift one. Delicate. I freaking love this video. I love when, so obviously, a lot of the musicians and bands that I like would be considered like the underdogs, or at least at one point in their career that they were considered the underdogs. So I like it when they can poke fun at themselves and, you know, just not take them. Ooh, my alarm is going off. I apologize. I like it when people don't have to take themselves too seriously, and I think that video for Delicate really captures Taylor being able to just kind of poke fun at herself, especially for that specific song. Like, Delicate is all about being insecure, especially when it comes to being in a new relationship. And I really like the fact that the video, she's like seems secure with herself, but kind of contradicts the talking of the song, the lyrics of the song, the talking of the song. What the hell does that mean? It kind of contradicts itself, but it doesn't, because it's like trying to make yourself look a certain way for someone else in a new relationship. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a whole thing if you think about it. I really love it, and I love when obviously Taylor has said many times throughout her life that she is not a good dancer, and she's very awkward when it comes to dancing. Now, if you go see her live, she's an incredible learner, but she is definitely not a natural dancer, which is just funny to me. But in that, I think it really, in that video, it captures that for sure. Let's see, what else? Okay, I'm trying to think of like other videos that I really love off the top of my head, but I'm having a hard time. Let's think. Okay, I thought of another one. Say Amen, Saturday Night by Panic at the Disco. I love that whole trilogy of like Emperor's New Clothes, Say Amen, and This Is Gospel. Like, I like how it kind of tells a story. But I think that one, Say Amen, is my favorite of the trilogy. It's kind of like the prequel to how he got to hell. I think it's a fun, cool, enjoyable music video. I'm terrible at thinking on my feet. I don't know why, but House of Gold by 21 Pilots keeps sticking out in my brain. That's not really a song that I would say like is one of my favorite 21 Pilots songs. I like that song. But I remember when my little brother Reed was starting to like get into music. Oh, excuse me, God. When he started getting into music, I would listen to 21 Pilots a lot. He always wanted to listen to that song, so it's kind of, for me, it's one of those songs that it just became overplayed. But I still really like that music video. I think it's really weird and just different. Like, they're walking around half-bodied. in the middle of like nowhere. So I think that's pretty. I think it's a good video, although it's definitely not my top favorite songs. It's definitely a good video. Another 21 Pilots video that I just thought of is Levitate. When I was learning to rap to that song, I guess, when the album first came out, I watched the video on repeat. Like, instead of just listening to it, I would watch the video. Like, and the video has like very little to do with the song, I would say. But I just would watch the video on repeat. So I guess you could say that's another one of my favorite videos, just because I watched it so much when the album came out. I'm getting some ASMR in this episode today with my fruit cocktail eating. I hate that word. Fruit cocktail. Who thought that was a good idea? Cocktail. Let's see. What are some other videos that I like? I guess we should talk about Ed Sheeran. Oh, Sing. I freaking love that video. Sing. Which is funny because Panic at the Disco also did a puppet lookalike for Brendan. And I don't know why, but I don't think it's as funny as when Ed did it. But one of my guilty pleasure things, like hobbies, I guess. I don't really consider it's not really a hobby, it's just something that I enjoy. So I guess it is just truly a something I enjoy guiltily is puppetry and ventriloquism. I love puppets. I don't know why. I was a kid who grew up on like the Muppets and Sesame Street and all things like Jim Henson, really. So I guess that's might be why. But I freaking love puppets and ventriloquism. Like, still, I think it is just a really cool talent. So I really love Sing because I love the puppet and because I love puppets. What is another Ed Sheeran video that I like, or just another video that I like? What other bands do I like? I cannot think today. I really have been trouble having to use my brain, I'll be honest with you. Guys, I just realized that I'm an absolute idiot and I am forgetting literally one of the greatest videos of all time, Helena by My Chemical Romance. Literally one of the most beautiful and poetic music videos of all time, and I am sitting here forgetting that forgetting its existence. I'm sorry. What is wrong with me? Obviously that is a beautiful and fantastic video, and probably one of the funniest moments in My Chemical Romance history is the behind the scenes video, and Frank's like, if you look close enough, I can't reach the casket as they're all walking out of the church because he's too short. That's correct. That's very funny. Another My Chemical Romance video I love is Sing. I like the post-apocalyptic feel. Such a good video. And I love that song. That's like an underrated MCR song for sure. What do we think? I don't know. I really thought I would have an easier time coming up with music videos, but I guess I was wrong. I was looking on YouTube after looking at Ed Sheeran videos, and I was like, he just doesn't have a lot of good videos. Like, that's not his strong suit, which is like, that's fine, you know. Obviously, we can't all have, can't do it all, you know. But yeah, music videos are not his strong suit, or at least what his style seems to be isn't my thing, really. I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Because it's like, he has these beautiful songs, and then like these meaningful, touching songs, and then it's just like I looked, and like I said, I was looking on his YouTube, and I realized that the puppet was also in Happier, and like, that is such a like heart-wrenching song, and it's just being sung by a puppet. Like I said, I love puppets, but that is just kind of seems like a little bit of a mockery of that song. Just a little bit. Ooh, you know what is another music video that I love, and I need to listen to more Gym Class Heroes, but you already know where I'm going with this. Frickin' Cupid's Chokehold. That is an awesome frickin' video. Just a little kid run around as Cupid. Such an awesome video. I need to listen to more Gym Class Heroes, because they have bop after bop, man. So shout out. I need to listen to more Gym Class Heroes. And fun fact, that song is not actually about Katy Perry. A lot of people think it is. But it's not. I think they dated after this song came out, actually. Could be wrong about that one. But, I'm really having trouble finding other videos that I'm like, that like really, really stick out to me. Man, I really thought this would be a lot like more interesting, but here we are. What else can I talk about? Let's see. What else has been going on? Ooh, okay. So this is something that I actually forgot I wanted to talk about, but it's really interesting to me. So yesterday, so 2 days ago, Friday, I went with my grandma to a Beatles tribute band concert. And I wouldn't really say I wouldn't really consider myself a Beatles fan. Like, I enjoy Beatles music, but it's not something that I'm like crazy into. Like, I know, obviously I know Beatles music. I enjoy what I know, but it's not something that I like go out of my way to listen to. It's just, I think, like, I enjoy music from the 70s. Obviously, I'm a big Queen fan. I enjoy music from the 80s. I think 60s is just a little too, I don't know. There's obviously a shift in music once the 70s hit, and I think that's where I really start to enjoy music. But anyways, I still can, enjoy a good Beatles song now and again. Point is, I saw a Beatles tribute band Friday night, and they sounded like the Beatles, like, surprising. Like, they did very well. They looked like the Beatles, and they sounded like them, and they did great. At one point during the show, the person portraying John Lennon was doing a solo, because they also did that. So he was talking, he was monologuing before his solo song, which would obviously be Imagine. But at one point he's monologuing, and in the middle of the monologue, a woman shouts, "I love you, John." Like scream, like very loudly. Now, granted, I was in a smaller venue, theater thing, but it was very loud. Wow, words. She was very loudly projecting her love for John Lennon. And obviously that's not John Lennon on stage, obviously. It's a person portraying John Lennon, because obviously John Lennon is no longer alive. That's besides the point. And then it got me thinking, like, man, that has got to be so emotionally, that's got to be an emotionally strenuous job. Like, as all, like, most musicians, most, if not all musicians, put their passion and heart and soul into performing and being a live musician, and it's like their dream, right? But if you're a cover band, that's got to be a little bit of a different feel than, say, this is a song that came straight from my heart, that I wrote from my own experiences, rather than, this is a Beatles song and I just really love the Beatles. But then it really got me thinking, like, man, the Beatles are so important to people. Like, everybody has that band or that artist that is just, like, so important to them. But, like, the Beatles, man, they are so important to people. And it just really was like, man, that's gotta be so hard for those guys to, like, be portraying these like legendary musicians that people that mean so much to people. And then, like, all I could really think of was, like, if they're, like, let's say, like, of course, pre-COVID, like, let's say they would do meet and greets, and, let's say someone really, all their life, just really wanted to hug John Lennon, but now all they have is this guy portraying John Lennon that they hug, and that's got to be hard for, you know what I mean? Like, that's got to be so emotional, and that's got to be really draining for those guys. Like, these fans that have put so much, like, have put these artists like the Beatles on these such pedestals, and now all they have left are these people that portray them, so they put all this affection towards these artists, but I mean, like, that's not John Lennon. That's this guy who's acting like John Lennon. And it's obviously not the same, but, like, where I'm getting with this? Like, that's just gotta be, like, I can only imagine walking around pretending to be someone of such importance to people that, I could only imagine, like, if, say, there was a Taylor Swift impersonator that I met, and that I met that person, and it felt like that was the only way I was going to be able to connect with Taylor Swift, let's say. I don't know, that's just, like, there's, like, a disconnect there, obviously, because it's not Taylor Swift, it's not that person, it's just an actor, just a impersonator. But it's like, the fans, just really needed to hug that person, or thank that person, or tell that person, like, oh, your song got me through this thing in my life, something along those lines. And to them, to the fan, it's like letting out this emotion, but to the impersonator, it's like there's that disconnect. I don't know. I just feel like that would be a really emotional. I feel like it'd be really draining. And I'm sure every night when they go on tour, someone, shouts, "I love you," to one of the guys. And it's, but it's not, they're not the Beatles. I don't know. Plus, it's like, not only is it a disconnect for the fan and to the artist, but it's like they're all that the fan has to connect to the artist at that point, when the artist is no longer living, especially. But I feel like as an artist, it must be difficult too, because like, you want people to love you for you, but people love you because because of who you pretend to be. I don't know. It just really got me thinking, like, man, it just would really, it would be terrible. Like, that's why I will never see, even if I were given the opportunity, like, of course, if someone handed me Queen tickets and said, "Here you go see Queen live," because you'll probably never get to see, this is your only opportunity. But if I really probably will never see Queen live, because now they tour with Adam Lambert. But I just don't think I could watch that, because it's not Queen. Like, that's not Freddie. And I just don't think it would, and it's obviously not the same. And it's not going to be as meaningful. Plus, also, John doesn't tour with them since Freddie died. So, it's like half of Queen, which is still Queen, and it would still be iconic. But I just don't think again, it wouldn't be the same. And I wouldn't know, of course, because I didn't get to see them live as a band prior to Freddie's death. Obviously, I wasn't alive then, but I know, just because it wouldn't be the same, that it still wouldn't feel the same, even though I would never experience it any other way. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just really got me thinking, like, man, it would be a really trying job to be an impersonator, because fans put so much into artists, especially musicians, and it would be like to meet someone who is impersonating your idol or someone you really admire, and it's just an impersonator. Like, you want to feel like you're making a connection to that person that you care about so much, but deep down it's not. And then again, it would really suck to be the artist who's like, pretending to be this person, and so everybody loves you because you pretend to be this person, but nobody knows you're John Smith. Everybody thinks you're Paul McCartney, but you're actually John Smith. But nobody loves John Smith. They just love me because I'm Paul McCartney. That would really, really be tough. But I mean, they were great. They were really good at what they do, and they really seemed like they were enjoying themselves up there. So, I would love it if you've seen an impersonator, whether it be like that, or even if it's like at a drag show or something. Like, I would love to hear stories about that. So, if you want to share any stories about an impersonator that you've seen, you can tweet me at Critic Biased, or I'm on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, which TikTok would be really hard to share a story like that, but the other two you can share with the other two platforms you can share with me. It's just the Bias Critic. So if you've seen an impersonator or a cover band, or even if it's a drag show or something, the drag show wouldn't quite be the same because it's a little bit to the extreme, obviously. At least typically it is. But even if it has a drag show, like you saw a Lady Gaga drag queen or something, I don't know. You should share that with me, because I just really want to hear other people's experiences, because after that, it just really makes me wonder. And if you met the impersonator, please share that story with me too. It's just really, it got me thinking quite a bit. I don't remember what television show. It was a reality show. I think it was like a competition show. I don't remember what it was now. It was a long time ago. I was very young, but I remember there was a competition show, and one episode they did, maybe it was just like the news or something. I don't remember what it was that I was watching, but they had a bunch of Cher drag queens. And so for like a long time, probably like a year, it took me a long time to like wrap my brain around what a drag queen was, because I was probably like 7 or 8 when I saw this. It had to have been on the news. But anyways, they had like several Cher drag queens, and for whatever reason in my young head, that made me think that Cher herself was a drag queen. And so for a long time, I was just like, oh, that's just a man dressing up like a drag queen. But it took me a very long time to figure out that no, Cher is a woman. She's just a drag queen icon. Anyways, well, I hope I got my point across with my impersonator cover band thoughts and feelings. I think they're great. And I think cover bands are certainly one thing. I mean, shit, so many bands. Panic at the Disco started off as a Blink-182 cover band. I think cover bands are fine. I think it's when you go so far as to dress up and like act like you're that band or that artist, and walk around, talk, and introduce yourselves as John, Paul, George, and Ringo or whatever. Like, I think then it becomes a step in that direction where I feel like, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Well, I do know what I'm trying to say. I feel like there's a word for it, but I just don't know what the word would be. I just feel like people would just become so attached. And I don't know. I feel like it would be tough to meet your idol in that way. And I think it would be tough to pretend to be someone's idol. I can just imagine someone who, honestly, the only thing I could really think of was me meeting a Taylor Swift impersonator after God forbid, Taylor Swift suddenly dying, and just wishing I could really hug Taylor Swift, but instead all I can hug is this impersonator, and just being like, well, this is all I've got, and just being thankful for the opportunity, but at the same time I'm just like, this isn't what it should have been or what I wanted it to be. And then also to be that impersonator, being like, yeah, she only likes me because I pretend to be Taylor Swift, but I'm actually a talented artist too, because I can sing like frickin' Taylor Swift. That's what I'm getting at. I just think it would be a tough job. I hope they're all in therapy. And if you're an impersonator like that, I really hope that you see a therapist or something, just because I'm sorry that you probably go home after a long show and just feel probably a little mentally and emotionally drained. But I hope you are happy with what you are doing. But anyways, if you really, truly, if you have seen an impersonator or if you've met one, I would truly love to hear some stories about it because it does interest me. But anyways, that's all for my ramblings. Sorry this took a couple weird directions, but anyways, also, my birthday is on Tuesday, so if you want to wish me a happy birthday or something, I'm gonna be 22, so it's a big deal as a Swiftie for my 22nd birthday to be happening. But anyways, again, my socials, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Biased Critic, and on Twitter at Critic Biased. I will talk to you guys next Sunday. I hope you have a fabulous week. Bye.